Hello, lovely one. I hope you're well. And I thought I would just come and do a bit of a sharing today. I've dedicated December to the most amazing projects. I got this inspiration to record podcasts during December. And there was a couple of reasons for it. One is I'm a bit quieter in December, and I thought I want to give something that I love doing, but also with people I love. And so I decided to, once I had the idea as well, to dedicate December to it, there was just an energy. I don't know whether you've had this, but it was just an energy that was working with me that just made everything so easy. And so I started to make a list of, actually I didn't make a list. I started to send a little note to people in Messenger or WhatsApp or text to say, I'd love to have you on my Meant for More podcast. And the podcast is about that feeling where you have that stirring, that ache, where you know you're meant for more. Do you think you have something of value to offer my audience? And everybody came back and said, yes, I'd love to. And then we put dates in the diary effortlessly. I then found a platform, Riverside, that I found I could operate. I mean, if you know me, I like it to be really, really simple, plug in and go. And this platform's brilliant. And then everybody showed up in this wonderful, generous way of sharing stories that hadn't been overtold in their path, in their journey, sharing nuggets of wisdom. I don't plan my questions. I kind of wish I did, but I don't want to in case I miss listening to what somebody's saying because I'm looking at the next question to ask. And so it was a mission of flow. And Peggy Dillon, my mentor, my incredible spiritual teacher, can't say enough about Peggy, but she says when you have a goal or even a seed of a goal, as you start to bring it to life, God blows the wind in the sails of your goal. And I set an intention at the beginning of every podcast that this podcast reaches those who need it, who want it, who can benefit from it, and is there and available for those when the time is right for them. Ultimately helping you people have the courage to get the clarity over what meaning do I want in my life? What is it that I want more of? Might mean by having less of something else, but that you have the courage to have the clarity. And there's been occasions when I've spoken to some people that are just so brilliant that I have forgotten that that we are being recorded, and it's just I haven't edited it. I've just allowed it to be natural. There's been times in it where I've forgotten what I wanted to say, and you're having to listen and wait until I remember what I wanted to say. But there's been a couple of themes that have come out, and I've just counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18. I've recorded 18, and there's more to come. And there's been a theme that's been showing up. Now, it could be because I'm the originator of the questions, if you like, so it might be slightly biased to my perspective, my current curiosity and thinking. But the theme that's been showing up is along the lines of self-trust, self-acceptance, identity, and the way that we think. And how people have acknowledged where they've been on their journey in terms of who am I, what do I want, accepting that what they're seeing is true for them in that moment, but then also challenging, what do I really want? Even though I know it's going to be uncomfortable and unfamiliar, even though I don't know the ripple effects that will happen for other people, what is true for me? And that question, what is true for me? What do I really want? What do I ache for? What seed was planted in me when I was a child that I have either buried, forgotten, neglected, or abandoned? That is, if I gave it some airspace, if I allowed it to breathe, what would it be? And how would it look in my life now? And if you're asking any of those questions of yourself, I want you to, your mind is likely to say, but how? How will I do it? Let go of the how for now, because the how creates a barrier, creates a block. Just start to get clear on what would that picture look like. Just start to allow yourself to imagine it, to step into it, to own it, to wear it. Then, after that clarity, you can think about, okay, so I wonder how, I wonder what step I could take right now. And what's been interesting in the coaches that I have had a conversation with, they've all said the same thing, which is, this is a journey when you're stepping into something that is this meaningful, this big. Have a coach by your side. The size of your goal will amplify, your courage will amplify, your pace will amplify, your confidence and self-trust will amplify. You will be able to be with a coach by your side, holding you in your potential. You will absolutely make a massive difference in the way that you're living life and the meaning that you experience. To try to achieve something, and this is not me trying to sell my coaching, it's just giving you permission to have somebody support that amazing challenge, growth journey. But to try and do it by yourself is like using the same thinking that is got you where you are today in your life to get you into this massive level. And if you look at any athlete, any leader, they hire a coach to help them up level, because our fears are still in place, our fears are still the same. The things that have held us back from taking action or clarity is still there, and they get even stronger the moment you're about to take action. And the dangerous thing about our fears when we're about to take action is that we think we create rationale around them, and we rationalize our fears into reasons and excuses not to take action. And so what a coach does is gets you to explore that fear. Okay, let's look at that. I'm not denying that you've got that fear. It's totally understandable that you would have it. Let's look at it. Let's break it apart and look at the components that are real and true and factual. And let's look at the components that have been manufactured, that have been put into place to keep us back, keep us safe, keep us small. So the part that the mind plays in who we get to choose to be, what we get to choose to experience, who we get to do it with, how we get to feel about it, is everything starts with what we think and how we think. And we're not stuck with our thinking. I wish I knew who it was a video I saw, and I wish I could remember. It was one of those ones that is on your timeline. But a lady was saying, she stood up in this audience and there was the guru on the stage. Cannot remember the guy's name. But the lady said, I have a tendency to. The guru didn't even let her finish her sentence. And he said, stop, you have a tendency to. The fact that it's in your awareness and you're choosing it. You cannot say that it's just your patterning. Now that it's in your awareness, it's in your control. And it becomes a choice. Make the choice that you want. Stop choosing the thing that isn't working for you. And so I just loved that. In fact, it had an impact on me. I realised that I was choosing to eat some sugar on an evening. And I was thinking, oh, but I've got into this habit of it. Actually, since hearing that tiny clip, I've stopped. I thought, I cannot use, I've got a tendency or a habit to do it, or it's part of my patterning. I'm actually choosing it. So I stopped choosing it, and I chose something else. I chose me. I chose my energy, my lightness, my clarity. I'd been having terrible brain fog. So choose your thoughts. When I was yesterday, and it's a podcast that'll be coming out in January, but yesterday I was talking to Dr. Darren Stevens, and he was sharing just how we are not obliged to have the same personality that we had 5 minutes ago. We can change our personality in a heartbeat. We're not obliged. We're not stuck to it. We're not attached to it. We're not surrendering to it. We're not obliged to be the same person as we were 5 minutes ago. So our mind is a playground for us. We have to be conscious within it to have control and choice within it. So I just thought I'd share a little update on just the journey of these podcasts, how I am loving it. And I am going to create a schedule of what's coming out and when. And I realised that on social media, I've been putting lots of little snippets out the moment they're created. And I hope that they've been helpful for you. I've had lots of lovely feedback, and that it's, even though some people haven't liked or shared or commented, it's been thought-provoking, and they've enjoyed seeing them and seeing the frequency of them. So thank you for sending that love my direction. So for now, I'll still take a breath, have a sip of my coffee, and wish you the most beautiful day.